In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a monolith with sacrificial altar terrain piece. Okay, let's go. Okay, so here's what we have to make the monolithic with sacrificial altar. As you can see, nice stone there, nice flat bottom, so it stands up really well. Altar, flat top and bottom. An old toothbrush is just to clean this up. Cardboard. I'm using the Mongolian Step Warrior back box. Some Loctite, extreme glue, range of paints, sharp pen, and scissors. And of course, wood adhesive, some spray, and some all-purpose filler. And brushes, of course, and some birdcage sand. And just to get a representation of size, here's Monolith, and here is Mongolian Bob and his horse Steve. And as you can see, yeah, it's quite a big stone. And for the altar, I've got one of my unpainted knolls. There we are, this poor chap is, yeah, that makes a nice size stone. Okay, so for the dry fit, I think we'll have the stone right about here. Choose which side is the best. I think this one has less rock. So there we are. Now which way do I choose to have this? I think, looking at this monolith, I think I put this side. So this side is going to be facing, and this is going to be there. So I'm going to draw around this now, some sort of shape. So this is the sort of shape I'm going for. Enough space there for someone to walk around. So now I need to cut that out and then glue the stones on. So there we have the base done, cut out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give these stones a brush, make sure there's no dirt and grime on them, anything clean, and then I'll glue. Okay, so when using this glue, make sure you get quite a bit on the base there. You can see I've got a good layer of the Loctite extreme glue. And I've got the base here, and the stone, and just like that. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay, and now to do the big monolith. So that's both stones glued now, so leave them to dry. If you're worried about the thinness, don't worry, we are going to build it up with some all-purpose filler. This will help to give the base more rigidity and be more stable. And for size comparison, so we'll have a look there. How big the stone is. So yeah, that's quite a large stone. So it's nice and dry now. No problems here with the stones. They're attached to the cardboard really well. So I'm going to use some this wood glue. It's got a 10-minute curing time. And I've just got an old towel, put on some PV glue, put onto the base, and then obviously attach the birdcage sand. So I've attached the wood glue to the base. Little parts have gone on top of the stone. That's fine, as long as you don't get anything too high up. You want to obviously try to make sure that the ground is encompassing the stone. So as you can see, nice there. I think I've missed a bit of the back just there, so I'll just apply a bit more of this wood glue. So up an old brush. There we are. And now it's just a case of birdcage sand being applied liberally. Shake off excess and then reapply. The wood glue's had a chance to dry now, so it's time to put on the purpose filler. This purpose filler, what I've done is for previous projects, I've put some burnt umber in there. That was just to give it a quick colour for doing bases. So I'm just going to use a bit of cardboard now and apply it to it. It's still wet, so what I'm going to do now is use my old brush and just sort of smooth the areas out a bit where it's a bit lumpy. That makes it a bit more even at the back here. The idea is to get both stones look like they're submerged into the ground. Okay, so it's dried now, but sadly I've noticed there is a bit of warpage going on the edges and a bit of cracking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just mount it on a bit more cardboard. That's just a little bit thicker really. So I'm just going to put it on, draw around, cut it out and glue it in. Attached now, it's a bit more stable. I'm going to paint the wood glue onto this, which is now dry, and apply some birdcage sand. Okay, that's the birdcage sand on, and it passes the test. That picks up fine, no problem. So, leave that to dry for 10 minutes, and then I can paint it. It's had a spray of black, so it looks quite good now, and it's passing the test there. So, I'm going to give it a wet brush of Eshin Grey, of Old Stone, and then followed that by a dry brush of Ulthen Grey. So we'll get back to it after I've finished. Okay, that's the dry brush and wet brush done. I'm happy with how that's turned out. Nice and stone-like. So now I'm just going to paint the base with this burnt umber, followed by a dry brush of desert yellow, and then a dry brush of skeleton bone, and I'm going to do grass on the base. That's now done with the static grass and the dry brushing done. The monolith with sacrificial altar is complete. I may revisit this in a future video and do some grizzly trophies and some glowing runes on the monolith. But if I just put down Mongolian Bob and his horse Steve, you can get an idea of the finished result on the side of it. This can be used in any game of, say, Warlords of Erehwon, Kings of War, Oathmark, Age of Fantasy, Regiment, any other fantasy game you may play. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this how-to video. If you want to leave a comment below, and I'll catch you later.